Hello, it's me, Tracy. Welcome to the podcast. Before we dive in, I need to let you know that applications are now open for my freedom-filled Mastermind 2026. It was previously known as the Inner Circle Mastermind, but has now evolved into something even more powerful. This is the mastermind women join to scale their memberships, coaching programs, and online courses, and to look after themselves in the process. It is where you will unlock greater capacity, a calmer nervous system, and a healthier body as you grow your lifestyle business. It is intimate, it is high level, and it is exclusively for 20 women only in 2026. You'll get the digital sales systems and processes to scale your freedom-filled business and life, a power circle that you can trust, more access to me, and 2 luxe 3-day fresh retreats hosted in Australia and Bali. We begin in January 2026, but applications are open right now, but not for too long. This round is going to be electric. If you know that your next level is calling you, go to freedomfilledmastermind.com right now to apply. Mums with Hustle podcast, episode 516.
Welcome to the Mums with Hustle podcast, where you'll discover everyday mum entrepreneurs killing it in their industry. Learn the secrets you can replicate to create your own success with your host, Tracy Harris.
If you have ever felt the tug of war between motherhood and business, today's episode will meet you right where you are, especially in those early months and early years when everything feels like a lot, because it is a lot. So this question opens up a conversation around creating systems that support you so that you can work efficiently whilst honoring the season of life and of motherhood that you're in, because what we don't want is you burning out in the process. And we don't want you sacrificing the season that you're in as a mum just to hit these business milestones. There is a version where you can achieve both, but there are some things that you want to consider. So every single month inside of my Social Method Society, I host a live Q&A session where members meet me and each other on Zoom, and they ask me their most pressing questions about Instagram content, business strategy, mindset, especially through the lens of navigating all of this as a woman in business. These sessions are incredibly supportive because you get tailored coaching from me, direct answers, and the feeling of not being alone in the journey, because you are not. And in the Social Method Society, my signature membership program for women who are ready to grow on Instagram, build real connections, and turn their followers into customers, we are always working with balance in mind when it comes to growing on Instagram and growing our businesses, but enjoying life and being present for all of the moments that matter the most. So in this episode, you're going to hear my beautiful member, Trina, ask her question, which is, I'm overwhelmed as a new mum in business. How can I build systems to work more efficiently? This question is so close to my heart. And it's the very reason I started this podcast and this community well over 10 years ago. And I know that it is going to support you. So let's get into it. Trina says, I'm new to business and finding it hard to keep up, especially with how much time Instagram content takes. Isn't this so cool that we're like having like similar themes in conversation? I started my business for more freedom with my family, but it feels heavy right now. I'd love to ask Tracy for tips for new mums to business on building systems and processes so that I can work more efficiently and have more space for my family and myself.
Hi.
Hello, nice to chat to you. How are you?
Good.
Okay. Can you explain to us what it is that you do in your business? Like what sort of business is it? What are the products or the offers?
Yes. Well, I'm a nurse, hence the bright coloured scrubs
Oh,
at work
beautiful.
today. So I've got a business, apart from working here, and that involves coaching other nurses. So
Okay.
fairly new into it. I've created a freebie. I've got an offer, and I have done a launch this year. That was my first launch. It was quite very heavy, actually. It was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I think just trying to do all of those things, as well as the content, like I'm still finding creating the content takes me quite some time. I've recently just been doing B-roll because I find that that's quicker to put together. But then even just putting captions to the B-roll can feel like it takes me longer than what I'd like it to. So I've still got time to do other stuff. So I currently work part-time. So I'm 3 days a week at my employed work, 2 days in the business. So I think I just want to be able to utilize that time the best I can.
Yeah.
And I guess set up some efficient processes. And I know, of course, like, the more you do it and it takes time because I'm learning. But yeah, I just was wondering what tips you might have.
Yeah. I feel like I could run an entire course on this one. It's really big. So, first of all, I think that there's a few things. The first one is, what is your goal? And by when have you made up the expectation of on yourself to achieve that goal? So please tell me what the goal is. This doesn't have to be like the big life goal. Like I'm talking about in the next 12 months, what's your goal?
I'm just trying to think now because I know what my big goal is. And I think in my head, I go, I've got so many things that I want to get done. I think like my big goal is really to be, I guess, more visible to nurses because nurses don't generally know that this is on offer to them. So it's like getting that visibility out there.
Okay, let me stop you because goals need to be specific and measurable. So how will you know that you have reached your goal of being visible to nurses? Like, let's just say if it was followers, how many followers do you want over the course of the next year? That's going to make you feel like, okay, I've been successful in making myself visible.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about the followers. I think I've got like an email subscribing list. And because I find with followers, sometimes it's really hard to tell who's really aligned followers. So whilst I'd like my followers to go up, I'm really more interested in, I guess, who's coming into my funnel because then I know that they are nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if I was to put a number on that for the next 12 months, like I've got just a little over 100 subscribers in my email funnel. So I'd probably like to see that grow by another 100 over the next year.
Okay, right. So this is good. Okay, so now we have a clear goal. When we don't have a clear goal, we're always chasing something and we never really even stop to realize that we've progressed. We can't track and measure anything, and we actually always feel like we're failing. So now that you've told yourself that your goal for the next 12 months is to grow your list, I'm assuming organically through Instagram, perhaps, and maybe other means, by another 100 perfect people, meaning that they're nurses, that becomes the sole outcome of all of your activities that you're doing and all of the content that you're sharing, the calls to action, the messages that you might send people, the links that you might share with them in the DMs. You're going to get your 100 way sooner than you expected. So that's pretty exciting. But now you've got a goal. That's what you're going to work towards. Yeah. So everything else is going to fall in place around that. So you've got 2 days a week to actually work in your business. And that's fantastic. There was a time where I would have prayed just for 1 day a week. And I know that there are some like stay-at-home mums here that will even just like, damn, if I could even just get like a solid 2-hour block, I would feel like the richest lady ever.
It's definitely made a huge difference. I was originally working full time and doing it in the evenings on weekends, and I made the choice to cut back my hours, and it's definitely made a huge difference in getting traction. I guess it's just me wanting to keep the balance. Like I've got teenage girls, so
but you only want 100 email subscribers. That's your goal.
Yeah.
So if that's your goal and you've got 2 whole days a week to do it, now you need to think about, okay, in those days, what are my working hours? Like, are you seeing any clients at the moment, Trina?
Yes.
Okay. So
I've got one currently. Yeah.
Okay.
Active. Yeah.
All right. So I like to structure my work week, and this is just me. No one else has to do this. But I like to structure my work week so that I'm not guessing if one of my VIP private mentees is going to book in or if they're not going to book in this week. Like I like to have structure. I also like to know that, say, on a Wednesday, it's my face-to-face mentoring day inside of my programs. So I keep that nice and consistent. Why? So that I can have a very clear day where I'm working in my business and a very clear day on where I'm working on my business. So you being here today is you working on your business. They're different tasks, they're different modes. Your business will never grow if you keep working in your business all the time. It doesn't grow, it stays in fulfillment and maintenance. So working on your business is what leads to growth and change. So you've got 2 days there, and you can either make one of them be working on my business day or working in my business day. Or your brain might be like, no, I'm just going to chop the day in half. And I'm going to say that the first half of the day, let's just pretend your brain is like on fire for creativity, strategy, solving problems in the morning. So you're never going to allow your private clients to book in the morning because that's when you're working on your business. But you are going to open up calendar appointments for them to book in the second half of the day because you're still the best and the most sharp for them because they're in front of you. Like that's easy for you. But you're going to give yourself the highest amount of brain calories that you'll have in the day in the morning. Okay. Or like I said, you choose 1 day to be in my business or on my business. So that's one thing. So the first thing, everybody, is to have a really clear goal. It's got to be simple. It's got to be tangible. Like you've got to know, how will I know that I've achieved that thing? And by when? It's got to be measurable. It's got to be time bound. And it's got to be realistic because sometimes people have even come in here before and they're like, oh, if I don't get this up and going in this 6 months of my maternity leave, I just can't do it. Like I'm going to have to give up my business. I'm going to have to go back to work. I'm like, you're giving yourself 6 months to be successful in your business. I feel so sorry for your nervous system. Good luck with that. A business takes as long as it takes. There's so much to learn. You're setting yourself up for failure when you put unrealistic time frames on goals. So in my first year, where I had nothing to sell, my first goal was to build a community, and I wanted to get my Instagram following up to 12,000, and I wanted to grow my email list to 2,000 in my first year. I had nothing else to do though, mind you. Like, I mean, other than motherhood, and that was exhausting. I wanted to do 1 podcast a week and 1 email newsletter a week. I committed to doing 3 posts a day on Instagram, taking the weekends off. I got really clear with what my rhythm was. But remember, I didn't have a business to work in yet. I didn't have any offers to run. I didn't have any clients. I didn't have any courses. I truly was just focused on the audience building phase. And in the background, I was also working on developing my first online course, just working on it little by little, little by little. And then I employed my first virtual assistant to do, I think it could have been 6 hours a month or something like that. It wasn't much, but that felt stretchy for me because I was paying her and I wasn't paying myself. Also, I wasn't generating any revenue for an entire year. So it was just all coming out of household savings, which I was fine with because I was thinking like a business owner from day one. It costs money to make money. So her role was to manage my email inbox for me. And that saved me a lot of time because I was emailing my list every week. People were writing back. People were wanting to be on my podcast. She was helping me with my email management. And that gave me back 6 hours a month, which I used to write my course, to create my course. And because I just chipped away at it, people underestimate the power of focus and consistency. We think, and I used to think as well, because I used to get deeply frustrated that I quite literally didn't have two hands all the time to work because I was either pregnant or nursing babies full time. And I know some of you, that stage wasn't long ago. And for other people, maybe it was ages ago. Or for other people, maybe you're in it right now. But I had this constant tension of like, I feel so creative right now, but I quite literally don't have two hands to even go and write my ideas. And so that sometimes felt infuriating. But I just made it be a daily habit that even if it was for 15 minutes, I would write something for my course. It was just like that time had to come. And I plugged it in. I am a big fan of iCal on my phone. Everything is time blocked like that. Everything is time blocked. If it is post on social media, there's a thing there. If it is attend this coaching call, it's booked in. If it is send an email to my list, it's written there, time allocated. I plan it in because if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And so all of those tasks and those action items, even when you don't have much time, even when you have 2 days a week, it's how are you using the time that you have? Because if you are the type of person that has 15 minutes a day only, and over the course of the year, your goal is to release an online course that maybe has 4 modules. Each module has a workbook. You're going to video record all of those lessons, but you've only got 15 minutes a day. Over 365 days a year, you're going to be able to do it. You will do it. You'll have time left over. But people always think that they need more time to do things. No, we don't. We have to be really honest. We need to be better with the time that we do have. So everyone needs to set a clear goal for what they want to achieve. How about we just set a clear goal for the next 90 days? Just 90 days. So it's got to be realistic, measurable, time-bound. In the next 90 days, what do you want to do? And then you need to start looking at your weekly calendar and clearly defining when are you working in your business and when are you working on your business. And then I want you to start time blocking and booking in those appointments with yourself. And you're going to keep the promises that you make to yourself and you're going to see what happens. And you're going to surprise yourself that you don't need as much time as you thought. You just need to plan it in and then you need to get it done. Even on the days when you don't feel like it. A bit like going to the gym, you know? We're not always going to feel like it. Sometimes it's discipline over motivation. But if your goal is to get better at email marketing and to finally have people writing back, then send more emails. Get better at writing them. So maybe you could put yourself on an email challenge. Maybe you're going to send 3 emails a week. Maybe you're going to send it on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday, all at 10 a.m. You're going to go to your calendar and put that in. So this is what I mean about the specificness of it all. Okay. So that was an amazing question from Trina. You've got the time. You just need a goal and a focus and then plan it in. And can you please come in to the membership and celebrate with a post when you get your extra 100 subscribers? Because that's going to happen. Good job. Thank you. If this episode has supported you and you'd love to experience this kind of monthly coaching, clarity, and strategy with me every single month, then I would love to invite you to join the waitlist for the Social Method Society. Inside of the society, we actually call it the SMS for short. You get monthly coaching with me. You get a proven Instagram success path, which is my full social method. You get monthly strategic content calendars made by us, up-to-date trainings in a beautiful library, and a community of women who want to grow their business with intention, but also around their lifestyle. Now, the waitlist is where you get early access, or you get invitations to any free classes that I may run from time to time. There are often bonuses that are given to those on the wait list and a chance to join whenever I reopen the doors. So just go to socialmethodsociety.com to put your name on the wait list. That is socialmethodsociety.com. And I can't wait to support you inside of the SMS, or if you've been a member in the past and you're wanting to return, we would absolutely love to have you back. So go to the socialmethodsociety.com now and pop your name on the wait list. I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.